more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, Top Billin. Tactical adjustments part 2 here. This is a monumental game for people who are into the infrastructure of the sport and just like the tactics displayed by high-level coaching, where I think both these teams present conundrums to each other on both sides of the ball. So I want to concentrate right now in part 2, focusing on Clemson's defensive backs versus LSU's great wide receiver core, right? So Clemson has great defensive backs as well. This particular guy, A.J. Terrell, extremely underrated, star of last year's national title game where he had a pick 6 that really opened it up for Clemson on defense against the great Tua Tagovailoa and that great Alabama receiving core. We see him going against Benjamin Victor here, off-man coverage, man, mano-y-mano, right? So this is going to be a fade. So Victor's going to bang this to the inside and then try to attempt to cook him right on a fade. Bangs it to the inside. My man is staying square, playing with the outside leverage. Hands on man, still looking at the quarterback, right? So hands on man. So now it's the chicken fighting stage. Everything's good now. He's stronger than most receivers, and I will put him in his strength against any receiver in college football if we're going from that route. He's extremely physical, extremely fluid in his movements, and he's played a lot of high-level football, right, going back to college days here in Atlanta. So Victor's done. He's cooked. He has nowhere to go with this, not strong enough to compete to try to get to the back pylon where this fade needs to go, right? I don't even know what's going on right here. He looks concussed, right? He looks just in that little chicken fighting stage. He got concussed. He won't even turn his head. He's scared to look. What is he looking at? They're both fighting right now. Now he's trying to get that inside position, but it's not going to work right here. He can't even remotely attempt to get back to the pylon. So the ball's still going to go where it needs to be, but Terrell absolutely destroyed this particular play. He's the one that ends up getting closer to the back pylon. All right, check this out. Most lunatic people will poo-poo whatever happened in the Ohio State game after the fact, but the fact of the matter is Ohio State was the number 1 ranked team for most of the season, and it is loaded with NFL talent. All of these wide receivers are going to the NFL, and all of these targets and backs and everything are going to the NFL for Ohio State. The quarterback, everything about the situation screams NFL, so do not play yourself like that. But we got to see them go against high-level competition. If you say there was nobody else on the schedule or whatever like that, at the very least, it went against a team that was ranked number 1 for most of the season, even at the end of the season. So here we go right here, 50-50 situation going on. They do a good job, or A.J. Terrell does a good job of turning inside of the body right here, right? You got the friction action going on, staying close, right? They both have hands on each other, so this is and nowhere near some type of penalty or anything like that, as they're both fighting for the ball. Release when the ball is in the air. He does not do a good job here of planting his feet and really springing up, right? He tries to jump damn near with a stiff leg and doesn't get enough on the jump, and he gets mossed, right? You got Moss, or you got Ross, right? His own guy. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this particular play in last year's national championship game when Clemson went against what was thought to be the greatest team of all time heading to the game. He had a nickel fire right off the slot. You had Jerry Jeudy converting to an out route here where it looked like it was going to be man coverage up here to the field side where A.J. Terrell was playing. However, A.J. Terrell's in zone. He's squatting on this, and he absolutely jumps this bad boy. It was so perfect, and it changed the tenor of the game right away. You had the single high safety with Tanner Muse back there. Let it roll here. You remember all the weapons Alabama had and still does have, right? First round pick. Irv Smith ended up being a second round pick. Both of these guys ended up being first round picks. First round pick at running back, Josh Jacobs, Tua Tagovailoa, top 5, top whatever pick is when he comes out. Another great team, right? Offensive line was the truth and everything, but that's why they play the game, right? So Kayvon Wallace looking like he's manning up in the slot right there. Tua throws that bad boy, kind of throws it to the inside. Terrell squatting, pick 6. Changed the entire tenor of the game right there. Your boy Brent Venables, the best out there doing it. He just is. He's going to give you 25 different looks. He's going to give you something to think about. I know that Joe Burrow has seen everything in the book, according to everybody, but that's why they play the game, man. You just never know. All right, let's switch gears here. you have Jamar Chase. So we see these guys running up in these tight bunch alignments and these tight stack alignments. They work out of this a lot, right? They'll go your 3x1s, 2x2s. They'll run with the tight bunches. They just give you a lot of different looks for a college-style offense. And I think that's the NFL influence in it. It's just the looks given. But the concepts itself, to me, are very rudimentary. But you'll have Jamar Chase right here, who I want to see A.J. Terrell matched up with. I think that'll be a battle for all battles, man. I want to see that bad boy. I would love to see it as a shadow. I would love to see A.J. Terrell straight shadow him and see what he's made out of both ways, like both of these guys are made out of. But you'll see Jamar Chase right here running a crosser. You can see the strength in this kid, right? Chicken fighting stage, so hand-on man. Look what Auburn does. This is what you have to do against LSU. Hands-on man across the board. You need your guys lined up on the line of scrimmage pressing. That's just what you have to do, right? It's creasing the space. But it does not matter. Well, Noah Igbenogany, pretty good player here. Look at the strength of Jamar Chase. And look at the throw from Jugular Joe. Oh, my God. Throw from Jugular Joe. He did everything right, and he still couldn't compete right there in that manner. Jamar Chase is an animal. All right, the play I just showed previously from A.J. Terrell. Look at Jamar Chase right here. Backside ISO. Front-facing play action fake. My man's in decent position right here, but Jamar Chase erases decent position. He erases almost damn near good technique. My man's turning to locate and everything when you're supposed to. Right up in the hip pocket. The space has been decreased. Doesn't matter. Can't slow his momentum down. Jamar Chase with that great body control. Great pass as always. Another explosive play. All right. This particular guy on the other side plays towards the field. Darian Kendrick, a converted 5-star wide receiver in his first year playing cornerback, starting at Clemson, of all places, right? This kid is an animal, man, a straight freak. He fits the cornerback position perfectly. I see why they switched him to that. You see him going against Austin Mack right here. Mack trying to bang him on an out route, right? Bang him on an out route, but he kind of bogs down with it. Almost like he's selling it upfield, but look at the hip transition. Look at the flip and being able to work within the confines of proper technique, right? Yeah. He grabs the jersey in the transition phase, but, man, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And if they ain't calling it, it don't count. But he slightly grabs that bad boy, lets it go in the transition phase, and he undercuts the route. He knew exactly what was coming from the alignment of the receiver, first and foremost, and he almost comes up with a pick six. But people don't mention stuff like that, right? Suppose this was a pick. There was quite a few of these that probably should have been picks, more than just 2. They could have had 5 picks against Ohio State, for real. But that's not good. That's very good. Great play by Darian Kendrick. All right, been a rash of people getting torched on vertical routes not being set. We've seen it happen to Derek Stingley against Alabama. We've seen DJ Daniel from Georgia make a very good play after not being set, looking at the sideline and being taken off on. And Darian Kendrick happens to him right here. Chris Olave working out a slot, was unable to get hands on mans, but look at the speed of this guy. That's why he was a receiver, a 5-star receiver, right? Inside fade, stand in the hip pocket. And this is Chris Olave. He's going to the league. You know what I mean? So don't give me that BS that you people try to do just to try to diminish the work of others. But he's standing in the hip pocket, right? Stand in the hip pocket. Right now, there's no need for you to necessarily look, right? He's not necessarily tracking right here, and his hands are down. So the minute you start reaching, so right there, see, right? He didn't do it. So he knew he wasn't looking. Now he's back to trying to track the ball as far as tracking with his legs and trying to gain distance. But this is a long developing play right here. Now he starts to look. So now it's in your best interest, right, to look. But you can see Darian Kendrick, he's kind of raw to the position. Not looking, but his speed, this was a good throw and everything. But you can just see his speed made up that deficit real easily, able to stay in the hip pocket. Does not interfere. Finally tracks at the end of this bad boy. Now what? Make a POB. All right, he made a POB without having to make a POB, just by decreasing the space. There's just nowhere for this pass to go. This was really good work by Darian Kendrick. But if I'm being honest about the situation, I would try to pick on this guy. We just don't know how good he is. I know how good he will be, right? He's just a true sophomore. He was going to be fantastic, but I would pick on him in this game with the receivers that LSU has. That also doesn't mean that it'll go your way. Here's why I would pick on Darian Kendrick. He's very grabby, very aggressive, very grabby. He's 15 games or 14 games, whatever like that, into being a cornerback at an elite level in college football. He can get a little grabby. So we see a stuggo right here, right? Stop and go by Olave. Kendrick in the hip pocket, doing very good. We know he's an athlete, bogged down a little bit, does not need to panic. He stopped his feet, but he does not need to panic. He's faster than Chris Olave. But what does he do? Has to hold on for dear life, right? That's what you're going to do. Instead of using your feet, when you're green, you start using your hands. You play football in the cornerback position with your feet. You don't necessarily play it with your hands. So something that he has to learn. But you see right here, this is clearly a foul. I'd force him to play good football and to play sound technique. All right, back to these tight bunch formations. And check this out, right? Motion to empty is what you're going to have to concentrate on with LSU. That's what kills a lot of people. The motion to empty, forcing some type of linebacker, which is going to be scary. Not necessarily for Clemson, though, right? If they're able to play it right and they're able to get Isaiah Simmons on Clyde Edwards-Helaire at the running back position, that'll be money. But if they're unable to do that and they have to play him back, I don't know. We'll get to that at another day. I'm just going to focus on the outside corners and the outside receivers in this particular one, and then we'll work our way out from that. But check this bad boy out right here. You cannot do this. You know what I'm saying? If you're Georgia, you can't go to some of your zone concepts. Hands-on man, Terrace Marshall here. This kid is a damn freak. I cannot wait to see a matchup with Terrace. All these guys are going to play against each other, so don't get me wrong. They move these guys, the outside guys, around on both sides of the formation here. But you can see trail technique being employed here and here. Zone over here to Terrace Marshall. They always want to cook between the hashes, right? Cooking them hash browns, right? They make hash browns out of an offense. They first and foremost want to go there. So you can't be playing outside technique, some type of quarters coverage or anything like that. You need to be able to get hands on man, because they'll bang and cook you on the inside and make it look easy. A guy like Terrace Marshall is just a flat out freak. They'll move the chains on you, nickel and dime you, get him the ball, let him get upfield. Yo, thanks for watching quality content. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, get all the notifications, but moreover, make sure you join. Starting at $4.99 a month, just $4.99 a month, you can get exclusive content from your boy here at Top Billin. You know me, the Underground King, giving you those exclusive chats, exclusive rumors and news, and all the innuendo and hijinks you love from your boy. You can get it exclusively, all right? Let's go.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.